Hello and welcome to another video lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to go over how to download the OBS executable so you can use OBS to do screen capture for your exam portion. And then also how to enable the use of like screen capture and audio output, audio input sources, because when you download OBS and you have the installation running for the first time, the sources panel is empty, and so it won't be capturing audio and it won't be capturing video. You have to set it to do that. So for the first part of this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you where to download OBS. So you would just type OBS into a Google search engine or any other search engine. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. This should be the first option. It looks like this. This software is totally free. It is specifically for screen capture. And then you would select the installation based off of the operating system that the device you want to run it from is. So my device right now, the one that I am using to broadcast this information to you, is Linux. So I would just click Linux. And then many of you use Windows, so you would pick Windows. And then finally, for anybody who uses Mac and doesn't want to use the built-in screen capture software in Mac, let's say you want to use OBS, you would go ahead and click this button. So yeah, so anyway, for me, I guess all you would do would be to click, and then it would download an executable file. You would run that, and then for Windows, it very likely takes you to a setup wizard when you click on the file after you download it. And I believe the process is similar for Mac. Okay, so this is where you would find it. I'm going to go ahead and close, or well, I could just minimize this now. So you would download it. And then once you are done setting it up, you would simply launch it. So OBS looks like, you can kind of see the little icon down here, so you would have an icon that looks like that. So I have two instances of it running, and that's why it's kind of mirrored like this. It's the OBS screen is capturing the OBS screen, and so it creates this kind of mirror effect. You're going to see at the bottom, I have these sources here. So I'm going to try to delete, again, I have a separate instance running so I could do this screen capture. I'm going to try to remove these ones so I can show you how to install them, and hopefully that works out. So just give me 1 second. So when you start this, it's not going to have any of those, right? Your screen is going to look like this. So when you open OBS for the first time, it looks like this. So to add sources, to enable OBS to capture audio, to broadcast your output, to screen capture, you need to add sources. So in this little panel here where it says sources, so currently on this interface, you're going to see that the audio mixer isn't catching any audio, and that's a good indicator that we haven't enabled it to do that. The screen is black. That would be incorrect if you were trying to screen capture. So in sources, you're going to press this little plus button right here. So it's in the bottom of the sources button on the left side. And then you're going to start by adding audio. So the input, you're going to need input capture and output capture. Input to capture what you're saying and output to broadcast it. So I'm going to start with that. So audio input. And it's going to say, okay, create new, and you can go ahead and do that. You're going to say, okay. Oh, and also make sure to have this box, make source visible, checked. So go ahead and press okay for whatever the default is. So now it says device and then default, and currently I have headphones on. So when I click down to the drop-down menu, it's giving me a few options. All right, so it could either use my headphones as the input device because the headphones have a mic. I also have a webcam up here for when I do meetings, and so it's asking if I want to use that. And then USB audio digital stereo. So that would, I believe, just be my the monitor, I think, has like a little stereo on it. But I'm going to select my headphones. Whatever input you have, you would select that. So I'm wearing headphones, I'm using this. And then I would say okay. And so now you're going to notice that in the audio mixer, the audio input capture is enabled because it is showing that there's changes to the sound, and it's recording that. Okay, so that's input, so it's able to detect what I'm saying, but I need to output as well, output audio. So I'm going to add another source. You would do this too. And we're going to do audio output capture. So I'm going to check that. I'm going to click it. And once again, it's asking, okay, we can create new, and it gives me a little default, and I'm going to say, okay, make source visible to is checked. And then once again, I pick my drop down, and I want to use my headphones to do this. I want the audio to be picked up via my headphones. So I'm going to say this, I'm going to say okay. And then that should conclude that. And then finally, I want the screen to be captured. So here's what you would do. You would once again add a source. And there's several options, but you're going to pick the option for screen capture. So I'm going to click screen capture here. And it's doing the same thing. It's creating a default, and we're making the source visible. I say OK. And it automatically detected this one. So this is a little messy, but this is a window that popped up. I'm going to move it here so you can see it. But it has a couple screens. So I'm using dual monitors on my desktop setup. So you would simply pick the monitor that you want to pick up. So I have 2 of them, so that's why it says this. You may very well have 1, but you would just go ahead and pick, and then I would just say OK. And then screen capture is now enabled on this. Of course, mine looks a little wonky, but it's because I have 2 of these open. Okay, and then once you've completed that, so there's a few controls. So again, make sure that your mixer is working. And then there's a few controls here. Start streaming, start recording, start virtual camera, studio mode, settings, and exit. We are interested in recordings. So you would press start recording, and then there will be a little icon that shows that you are recording. I think it's like a little red dot. And then while you are recording, it's going to be picking up your screen, picking up your audio, and then whatever is on the screen that you designated it to do the screen capture, that's what's going to show up. So be mindful of that. All right, and then once I press start recording, it'll say, I'm not going to press it right now because I don't want to make a recording. It'll say that it's recording, and then it'll say stop, and then you would press it again to stop, and then you can go to file and then show recordings up here, and that will bring up whatever recordings you made, and you can watch them. And please, especially for exams, please watch your videos before you upload them, because sometimes something was wrong with the audio, or something wasn't captured, so double check on that. So once you do that, it's going to create an MP4 file, and it's a video file, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. So okay, and then the final part of this would be to upload the MP4 file that you just created over to YouTube, because when you submit your exam, so question 1 is going to be where you submit your video portion, that video portion needs to be a YouTube video link. So you wouldn't be uploading the MP4 file that you created using OBS. You would be uploading that MP4 file to YouTube as an unlisted video, and then the link to that video is what you're going to put into question 1 of your exam. All the 5 of the exams are going to be, their first question is going to be like that, and then the final is the only exam that will not have a coding component. So you would simply press the create button on the top right, and then be mindful of whatever account you're signed into. Right now I'm using my professor account. So I'd say upload video. So it says go live, create post, and then upload video. So you would pick upload video. And then you would select the file. So I'm just going to quickly select one of the music files, not the music files, the video files I just made right now, and then I'm not going to complete it, but it's just to show you kind of what the process looks like. So I'm going to say, okay, so it's that one. So in your case, you would select the MP4 you just made, and then you would give it a title, and preferably it's going to be something like Exam 1 video submission, or something similar to that. You would say CS 232 exam, or something similar. And then You don't have to do thumbnails or anything. If you have a playlist, maybe you want to make a playlist for your exams, you could do that, but you don't have to. No, it's not made for kids. So you would say that. You would show more. There is no paid promotions. Altered content, no. And then some of these I don't really, they don't apply to us, so I just keep going. Publish to subscription feed and notify users, probably not going to do that for your exam videos. And then I'm going to keep going down. And then it's up to you. You can turn off your comments. You don't have to look at how many people like the video. You would go to next, and then you would go to next, and then next. And then finally, and a very important part, you're going to select unlisted. So it says save or publish. You would select unlisted. And then you could even, here where the preview is, you can copy the video link if you want right there. But after this, you would save. So you would click unlisted, and then you would save it. And then I'm not going to publish this one because this is not a thing I want to put. I just wanted to show you the process. But you would say unlisted, and then you would save, and then it would upload the video to YouTube. And you would copy that link. So you would copy it here, or you would, copy it however you copy a YouTube link. And then that is what you're going to include in your exam one submission. And then I would also caution you to watch your YouTube video before you submit it and make sure that everything is fine with it. The volume is fine. The way it looks is fine. Everything came out right. Okay, so I'm going to close this. It's a draft. I'll discard it. And that's it. So I hope you found this video to be helpful. And if you need any assistance with anything, feel free to reach out and I'll be more than happy to help out. All right. Thank you so much for listening and have a wonderful day.